Hey, how's it going? Yeah, it's me, Oz to C, 1984. But this one right here is about the Los Angeles County curfews going on. So just sit back and enjoy the show.
A curfew order has been established for the Palisades and Eaton fire areas in all mandatory evacuation zones. That will be in effect. You cannot be in these affected areas. If you are subject to arrest. That is important. We're not doing this to inconvenience anybody. We're doing it to protect the structures, the houses that people have left because we ordered them to leave, and I want them to feel confident that we are doing everything we can to secure that.
LAPD will be enforcing a curfew in Los Angeles City areas where mandatory evacuations are still in place. The curfew will run from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Unless you are public safety personnel or other disaster workers, you have no reason to be at these locations. And if we see you in these areas, you will be subject to arrest. Any person who refuses or willfully neglects to obey the curfew order in effect in any evacuation order zone or evacuation warning zone within the city of Los Angeles will be physically booked for a violation of California Government Code Section 8665. A violation of the curfew order is a misdemeanor punishable by a fine not to exceed $1,000 or by imprisonment not to exceed 6 months or both. This countywide curfew order is enforceable in the city of Los Angeles by LAPD officers.
Up until a few days ago, it would have been prime waterfront real estate. Houses looking directly out over the ocean, right up and down this road. There is property after property that has been destroyed. Cars that have been burnt out. There is a power line here that has been brought down. The power in this area is off. And if we look down the coast, you can get really a small glimpse of the scale of the destruction here. You can see how this fire has come right up to the shoreline, damaging so much in its path. It's quite remarkable how many properties have been lost, and then just up the road from here I can see a lifeguard tower that is completely unscathed, but so much damage in this region. It's been hit what is known as the Palisades fire. It's one of two fires along with the Eaton fire to the northeast of here that has caused so much destruction, where fatalities have been reported and where thousands of structures have been damaged or destroyed. Favourable weather conditions, more favourable weather conditions at least compared to those early stages of these fires, has helped crews to start to contain them, but it's pretty slow moving at this stage, and authorities are worried that conditions could worsen in the days to come. They are facing all sorts of questions about how they have handled this emergency, about whether Los Angeles was as prepared as it could have been for the catastrophic conditions that fueled these fires, and allowed them to spread so rapidly. They insist that all of those questions will be answered, that reviews will be undertaken, that at the moment they're focused on the emergency that is still unfolding. They have apologised for emergency alerts that were mistakenly sent out overnight for people who aren't in fire zones, aren't in evacuation zones. Tens of thousands of people still remain under evacuation orders. These alerts to people's mobile phones, including mine. I got one about 4 a.m. this morning suggesting that we might need to leave. They were sent out by mistake, and authorities have conceded that that has caused confusion and frustration, and they're worried now that people might disable those alert systems on their phones, and they're concerned that if that happens and conditions change, if the threat assessment changes, then members of the public could be left vulnerable. So they urge people not to do that. They insist that support is being provided at a state and level. There have been resources put in place to try to combat looting, because a number of arrests have been made so far, and the National Guard has been brought in to try to manage that situation, and police are patrolling these worst affected areas as well. But still such an anxious time for so many people in this city.
Thousand burned buildings.
We never thought this would happen. This is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
These friends walking from Santa Monica through checkpoints no cars are allowed.
Trying to go back, at least take some pictures of my family's home.
Neighbors hoping to see what's left of their family's homes.
Our homes are gone. We lived right across from each other, and like when we were little, and everything's gone.
I was told by a neighbor, stayed a bit longer and saw it all catch fire.
Some people desperate, even climbing hills to try and sneak into the area closed off to just first responders and media. While these friends wait for a possible police escort to their homes, we brought back the photos they walked miles for.
A couple males in a vehicle over here by the McDonald's. Just want to contact them. Gentlemen, how you doing tonight?
Curfew's now in effect for the first time since the devastating fire.
Well, we're going to be driving around tonight and letting the civilian population know that that curfew will be enforced.
LA County Sheriff's Department giving us an exclusive ride-along.
So we're just letting everybody know about the curfew. I don't know if you guys heard that we're, 6 o'clock.
An effort to try and prevent looting.
We're just driving around making sure everybody knows.
I just live across the street. I'm going to take these two people and drop them down here and come back. Is that cool? Big house. They have
yeah, just, if you guys get moving on that, just, we don't, there's going to be other deputies driving around kind of letting people know, but they are going to start doing the hard enforcement on it.
Roughly 20 people arrested for looting in LA County evacuation zones so far, at least one dressed like a firefighter.
They were arrested for impersonating a firefighter. There's always that aspect.
A community left in ruins as authorities try protecting what's left.
But there are people out here late at night doing nefarious acts and trying to take advantage of the situation. Just people being away from their homes. And if they do choose to stay in their homes, we want to make sure that they stay there and they're not out.
Rick and Karine, streets are quiet. The dusk to dawn curfew is now in effect, and members of the National Guard are patrolling this area along with local law enforcement officers, protecting property from looters and trespassers. Behind me, you see a roadblock and checkpoint at San Vicente Boulevard and 26th Street here in Brentwood, near Pacific Palisades. On wheels and on foot, fire victims wait tirelessly to get back into their fire-ravaged neighborhoods in Pacific Palisades with law enforcement escorts.
We're still kind of numb. I mean, we just found out Thursday, our house burned down. Wednesday. We have one picture a neighbor took. We haven't been up there. We want to go see it. We're sad. All of our stuff is gone. We didn't take it seriously. We thought, evacuate. So we evacuated. We took our wedding album and our home videos, the dog, and my wedding ring, and that's it.
I was not good the first few days, doing a little bit better now, but I think once I see everything in person, it might be a little bit worse.
One checkpoint is set up in neighboring Brentwood at San Vicente and 26th Street. Many evacuees were frustrated, waiting 10, 11 hours for access, not understanding why the process was taking so long. The deadly Palisades fire, which erupted early Tuesday morning, has been the most destructive of several wildfires in the Los Angeles region, charring tens of thousands of acres and obliterating thousands of homes and businesses. One of those homes belonged to the Cherry family. Their dream house recently completed before disaster took it down.
Wow. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
We caught up with the family earlier when they were waiting in line at the checkpoint. They already learned the fate of their beloved property, but needed to see it in person for some level of closure.
Yeah, I see the photos, I see the videos, and I just want to see it with my own eyes. I know it's gone, but you just never know what you're going to see there. So I just want to see it for myself. Yeah.
Said miracles can happen?
Yeah, we've had some friends who've had positive experiences going back to their houses and finding just some valuable, memories and stuff. You know, they didn't think they would have it, but somehow stuff always manages to make its way through and stay.
How are you handling all of this?
I don't know yet.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't, I'm just trying to move one step forward, right, and just try to figure out what we need to do to rebuild. People live here for a reason, right? You know, and we like our neighbors, we like our, where we live. It's just unfortunate.
Heartbreaking stories, but there's also so much hope and resilience. Reporting live in Brentwood, Chris Wolf,